our first responders and our firefighters who are trying to battle this, there's no water in the Palisades. There's no water coming out of the fire hydrants. This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. It's not the firefighters' fault, but it's by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires. So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up, boss? Appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
Ladies and gentlemen, the situation right now in California is getting worse literally hour by hour as California, specifically the Los Angeles area, literally has no water coming out of the fire hydrants. I mean, this is pretty insane. And Donald J. Trump, I hate to say it, predicted this on the Joe Rogan podcast. Here he is. We're going to read exactly what he put out on Truth Social that has shaken up the United States of America, specifically putting all the responsibility for this on Governor Newsom, as he calls him. But first, I want to send prayers to everybody affected by this. Anais is a subscriber of mine that legitimately hit me up and posted that, you know, the fires are getting close to her home and a lot of people are fleeing those areas. It is not looking good right now. This is probably one of the worst. I mean, I'm pretty sure there have been close to worse, but this is pretty crazy. Like, these fires are not going out. And then the response is giving me Maui vibes. Anybody that remembers what happened in Maui, in Hawaii, you guys know what I'm talking about. But let's actually get to what Donald J. Trump just said here. Also, Donald J. Trump on the Joe Rogan podcast is going viral because of what he said before, predicting that this will be the outcome. Let's get to hear what is shaking up the world and what he says about Gavin Newsom. He says Governor Gavin Newsom refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snow melt from the north to flow daily into many parts of California, including the areas that are currently burning in virtually an apocalyptic way. I mean, if I show you the pictures, it is insane what's going on right now. The pictures from overhead on a plane, it just looks apocalyptic. Again, this is pretty crazy. So he's right on that. He wanted to protect an essentially worthless fish called a smelt by giving it less water. It didn't work, Donald Trump says, but didn't care about the people of California. Now the ultimate price is being paid. I will demand that the incompetent governor allow beautiful, clean, fresh water to flow into California. He is to blame for this. Donald Trump says that he is to blame for this. On top of it all, no water for fire hydrants, not firefighting planes. A true disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump says put the blame on the governor because this guy is irresponsible for everything he's done. I mean, it's pretty crazy what Donald Trump is doing here because he's putting it out there to the world. And a lot of people are very mad about Donald Trump. In fact, people are saying that this is caused by climate change and not by humans. And when we look at the mathematics, it's 95% of the fires caused are all human caused, human related. But again, many people are going that this has to do with climate change. But here's Donald J. Trump on the Joe Rogan podcast, basically speaking of the same issue. Take a listen.
They said, we have no water. I said, do you have a drought? No, we don't have a drought. I said, why don't you have no water? Because the water isn't allowed to flow down. It's got a natural flow from Canada all the way up north of water, more water than they could ever use. And in order to protect a tiny little fish, the water up north, gets routed into the Pacific Ocean. Millions and millions of gallons of water gets poured. I could have water for all of that land, water for your forests. You know, your forests are dry as a bone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dangerous.
That water could be routed. You know, you could have everything. Oh, not only dangerous, billions of dollars a year they spend on forest fires. And, you know, there's a case with the environment. They're not allowed to rake their forests because you're not allowed to touch it. And all they have to do is clean their forest, meaning rake it up, get rid of the leaves, get rid of, you know, leaves that are sitting there for 5 years. And
we'll certainly get rid of the dead fall.
And get rid of the trees that are fallen.
Yeah.
That, you know,
Again, that was Donald Trump speaking of what Governor Gavin Newsom should have did. Here are millions of people right now are calling for the resignation of Governor Gavin Newsom. Again, going on what Trump has said. Governor Gavin Newsom to be replaced, and everybody is calling for him to resign because this is not good. Elon Musk also posted this video of how it looks right now. It's a 1 minute video of what California looks like. It's pretty crazy because this is just giving me so many flashbacks of what happened in Maui. Take a look. I mean, it's just heartbreaking, man. It is extremely heartbreaking. I want to go to X here. This video also as well. Look at this. This looks apocalyptic.
You're flying right over that thing.
I would be that. This is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, flying over the LA area. Wow, it's just crazy. Right now, we're getting many updates as we're live. As I'm filming this, there's a lot more to talk about. But yeah, it's insane. We got the LA mayor Karen Bass in huge trouble. Here she is. A lot of people are asking her to resign as well. LA Mayor Karen Bass refuses to answer any questions about the wildfires as she arrives back in the U.S. from her trip in California. This is another person that people are saying, please resign.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor?
Doesn't want to answer anything. And did you hear that question right there? She killed the budget for the fire department. I want to play that one more time because it was $17.8 million that she cut.
Budget by millions of dollars?
Yeah, she cut the budget.
Do you regret cutting the fire department
budget by I think it was $18 million.
Budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them?
This is what incompetence gets you, ladies and gentlemen. It's sad. It is extremely. She's not answering any questions at all. Gavin Newsom is getting hatred. They're asking them to resign. Please resign now. Along with Karen Bass here, it's just irresponsible. I mean, this is just insane, in my opinion. Again, one of the wildest things is seeing the shift to trying to blame Trump, and Trump is not even in office. I saw Eric Swalwell try to blame Trump for all of this, and here's Elon Musk firing back, and he's saying these fires are easily avoidable, but nonsense regulations in California prevent action being taken. So year after years, homes burn down and more people die. That's what, of course, Elon Musk said there. And another thing about this is in 2014, Californians overwhelmingly voted to spend billions on water storage and reservoirs, and Gavin Newsom still hasn't built them in. Now, no water is coming out of the fire hydrants, like I told you guys before. which is just absolutely insane. California voters back $7.5 billion water bond. This is something that Californians want. This is why California gets the bad rep, because of its politicians not actually doing what needs to be done with taxpayer money. Again, here it is. Have no problem. One water projects being built in California. No, they are moving slowly. This was from the Los Angeles Times. So again, all of this could have been avoided, where at least water would be coming out of the fire hydrants. But again, an incompetent, morally focused on DEI and serving people's wants and needs versus basically serving people's wants and needs of small fraction of the population versus the whole population. All of this could have been avoided, as Trump said. But the question that I have for you guys is Trump wrong for bringing this up now? Or is Trump right? Because he's not in office right now, and people like Eric Swalwell are legitimately focusing on Donald Trump as he's in fault for this. Eric Swalwell, again, let's go to Eric Swalwell here. Let's go to Eric Swalwell so that way you guys can see exactly what I'm saying and what I'm seeing. Here he says, guys, it's so obvious Trump has no idea how to lower your cost of groceries. So he's going to distract you by sending your kids to die fighting for Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, what in the world is Eric Swalwell talking about? Trump is not even president. Number two, why would you even say this? Like, you need to be focused on Los Angeles area. You need to be focused on resources. You need to be focused on putting the pressure on Gavin Newsom to take this a lot more serious. But yet representatives like Eric Swalwell want to focus on Donald J. Trump their whole careers. This is what the next 4 years are going to look like. So I'm warning you guys to prepare for what's about to look like, because they blame Trump for everything. And you know what's crazy about this is that Trump has no idea how to lower the cost of groceries. For 4 years, people like Eric Swalwell, Adam Schiff, many different representatives in Congress told you that the cost of groceries was actually low, that Joe Biden was doing great. Now they're admitting in plain sight, that the cost of living is actually higher under the last 4 years. How can Trump get it down? Again, these people are trying to blame Trump for wildfires, but again, this is expected. But this is why we watch this channel. This is why you got to smash the like button. And this is why I put out the information I put out. And I put out the reactions from both sides, specifically representatives who happen to be Democratic, who are blaming Donald J. Trump in a time where they should be focused on fires and holding people accountable, so this never happens again. This is crazy. Again, there's so many things that we have to talk about when it comes to these fires that I am, trust me, there's insurance companies there's a lot of insurance companies. I don't want to say too much, but there are people whose insurance expired right before this. There's a lot of fishy stuff that is happening that I want to look into, and I might do another video on it. But please make sure to smash the like button, spread the word on this video. Let me know what you guys think about Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass, the mayor in the Los Angeles area, because this is crazy. Love you guys. See you guys on the next one.